We're on.
What?
It's Wednesday. It's live. It is Facebook. It is 9 o'clock. Look who we have in the house. Woo woo! So exciting! Miss Ellie Black is here, and we're super excited to have her. Andrew and I decided to tag team on this one a little bit. He's going to do all the cooking, and I'm going to just chat. You know, do what Patty does. And we're going to hang out. Yeah. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
So exciting.
You even brought some really cool things, which we'll. Oh, are you going to show them now? Ooh, look at those. Only a few, right?
Yeah,
Only
just a few.
Just
a
a
goodie
few
bag.
of the goodie bag. Yeah.
Yeah, she has something she can't find, apparently.
You're not supposed to tell people that. You're somewhere in my house.
Somewhere in her house.
The whole Chad the hour before the show is just getting dirt to regurgitate.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I have to find medals for
said
this.
that. Cool. So, for those people who don't know, and shame on you if you don't know, Miss Ellie Black is the most decorated Canadian gymnast in history.
Yes.
Would you be okay with that statement?
I think so. I'll take it.
You'll take it.
I'll take it.
Lots of medals. Really amazing. I've been watching up. I mean, obviously, I've seen you in many competitions, but I've been watching up YouTube videos, and my comment to her was, "You look really tall in the videos." And
I'm
not that
actually
she's
really
short, she's not, but she just looks taller in the videos.
I like my height. I'm happy with
It's
it.
a good height.
Yeah.
You know, I always wanted to be smaller because I was the tallest girl in the class,
Oh, really?
and all the boys were slightly shorter, and so
Yeah.
you're always taller than them, and it's weird.
Yeah, I was always short, but I liked it. It was fine.
Cool. So we're going to do a couple of things. One of the things, we've been waiting to break these out. Mm-hmm. These are Andrew's special kitchen tools. These are Kitchen Geek. If you have a Kitchen Geek or a Home Chef, these are the tools. What are they, Mr. Andrew? Tell us.
Well, since we've gone full kitchen nerd here at Kitchen
Yeah.
Door,
Geeking it out.
These are immersion circulators. So what that means is, think of a fish tank, and you've got that little circulator which aerates the air. This is sort of has a heating element. So basically, you keep this water at a constant temperature, and then you seal something in a bag and you put it in there. So, say you want to cook a chicken breast to 160 degrees, set your water to 160 degrees, and then drop your chicken in. 45 minutes later, it's perfectly cooked.
Moist, not dry.
Not dry. And then you can sear. What we're going to do today is something called a reverse sear. So we're actually going to cook it in the water bath, take it out of the bag, and then give it a sear so it has a nice crispy edge to it. And then the rest of it's going to be perfectly moist and juicy cooked through.
Love that.
Yeah, so salmon and chicken today.
Oh, yes.
So what? You have a question?
So I was going to let you know there's a bunch of people here. So
Oh.
Ted's here, Ivan Chan's here,
Woo woo.
Keith McCarthy's here, Patricia McCarthy's here, and Chef
Hello,
Alain is
everyone.
with the Salt Skates team at Digby Pines.
Oh, hello, Chef Alain and all. Ted, Trish.
Thank you for
Keith.
watching.
Yeah.
Saltscapes team, I saw that lobster you were eating earlier today, and it looked so good.
Now I want lobster.
I have no
Next
lobster.
episode we
I
have you
know.
on, we'll do lobster,
Yeah.
I'll come
okay?
back.
I had to bring it up.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons I thought this would be a good show to do it is because, this is my connection, how I put it together, is that athletes often have to meal prep, right?
For
like
sure.
you generally like to eat lean proteins.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of, you don't want to make the same chicken breast every single day or...
Yes.
So-
it gets boring.
I bet
So
you
you
it
like
does.
to switch it up. You gotta switch it up.
Chicken and salad, chicken
Yeah.
and rice. Yeah. So one of the things about this is you can meal prep for the week or a couple of weeks. So, I mean, your shelf life on these, if you were to make these all at once and put them in the fridge, what do you get? 3-4 weeks?
3 or 4 weeks, and now this is, of course, you're following the proper cooking temperatures and guidelines.
Yeah.
But basically, you're pasteurizing any food that's in that water bath. So anything that could be harmful, the bacteria or anything, is now not a factor because you've killed it all, and it's also there's no oxygen in the bag,
Yeah.
so it can't grow.
Cool, huh? So imagine if you said, okay, I love chicken and I want to prep 12 or 15 chicken breasts on one Sunday, then you have enough chicken breasts for your next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You can pull it out and then you just have to change up your sauces, change it up a little bit, put some on salad. It's a great thing, and I know
handy.
it's so handy. Same thing with fish. We're also doing some salmon over here.
My favorite.
We know. We checked you out.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know what I like.
We know what you like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we thought this would be a good one. And, Food Geek, Andrew always wants to have these out on show. And so we thought it'd be a good episode for
Yeah,
it.
and what's really cool is I started using these 12, 13 years ago in restaurants, and they were, the devices themselves were maybe $1,000, but now the price point has come down to just over $100. You can buy them at Canadian Tire, you can buy them online.
They're just like an Instapot.
Yeah.
It's a new kitchen tool.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
travel with it.
You could do it in a hotel room.
I know. Like I'm like, this is taking my whole life
There's
to
no
another
flame
level.
or anything. It's great. Cool. So what do you want to start with the food side?
Yeah, so basically, I talked about vacuum sealing the protein, or the chicken and salmon in our case, in the bags. If you don't have a vacuum sealer at home, I've got a perfect way to seal your bag, get all the air out of it without having to use one of these vacuum things. So the idea is you have water. So imagine you fill up your sink a little bit or a little vessel at home. Then you can literally take a regular Ziploc bag, put your salmon right in here, put a little bit of seasoning. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper right in there, and shimmy them over there. So now we submerge it, and all that air that's around the salmon goes away. And then you just sort of push it down, knock out the air, and boom, you've got a vacuum seal. Just by pushing the air out of the bag using gravity.
How does this work?
What?
Science.
Look at that!
So
Look at that!
Vacuum seal.
That's
It's
incredible.
95% as good. 95
Without the big price, like
Without
the commercial
having to drop-
backpackers we have are
Oh.
$4,000 or $5,000. Even the
Yeah.
home ones are $300-$400, right?
Yeah, you can get one for $150. It's pretty good, but it's not okay. They're not great.
And so do you
But,
have to use a certain bag in the
ideally,
water?
it's like a heavy duty, and I
Yeah.
really like the ones with the double seal.
Yeah.
So then you can guarantee the water staying out. And
Cool.
if you're using a Ziploc bag, I wouldn't keep it around for 2 or 3 weeks. If you're using a vacuum sealed bag, then you
Yeah,
can
it probably
definitely
lasts longer. Yeah,
last a little bit longer.
for sure.
And I'm just gonna put the chicken one together. If you want to drop that in the salmon
I'll
bin.
drop it in the salmon bin.
So fun.
SPX is here, just so you know.
Oh, hello.
I team SPX.
That's my team.
That's your team?
Yes.
Awesome.
See, I'm just gonna do the same process here with the chicken. A little salt and pepper on top. And you can add any seasonings to the bag you want. So it's kind of perfect if you've got some fresh herbs lying around. Throw them in the bag. A clove of garlic. Throw that in the bag. And these flavors will all go right into the proteins that you're cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a great way to add a little variety and flavor to what you're doing.
Love it.
So cool, huh?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So
I
again, I'm
know
just gonna
this
put it
is
right
great.
here. Boom. Seal that down.
Gotta make sure I know how to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There you go. And the
I know
key-
what you're asking for Christmas.
I know.
The key is you gotta seal it while it's in the water. So there we go.
So what do you make at home when you cook?
I eat a lot of chicken and salmon. That's
Perfect.
yeah, a lot of what we do, or ground turkey or stuff like that, lean proteins. And then we try and switch it up with different carbs, different
Okay.
veggies. But yeah, mostly like a healthy balance.
Do you have a treat meal?
Actually, I was trying to think about this, like what.
Because you were eyeing some cookie dough balls over there.
I know. Oh my gosh, they look so good. Yeah, it depends on my mood, I think,
Okay.
and like what I want to eat. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I think it really depends on my mood. But I've had a really good pulled pork sandwich. That's
Okay,
good.
okay.
Yeah. Or I don't know.
So
like,
what's your number one dish you cook at home?
probably chicken?
But like a certain way, or just make chicken?
I don't know. My actually, so I cook a lot with my dad sometimes.
Okay.
And he doesn't like to cook the same thing twice, the same way or the same recipe.
Okay.
So it always changes. But yeah, usually I love barbecue chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love barbecues in the summer. So will do a lot of that. Other than that, we'll roast a chicken or we'll bake it in the oven.
Okay.
And then salmon, he makes a really good one with like a soy sauce, maple syrup kind of dressing on top. And one of my favorite salmon ones that my mom loves to do is with beans, and then you put the salmon in like a little pouch with pesto on top. Really good.
Getting inventive there.
Yeah, so I really
Awesome.
like those.
Cool. Anything you don't eat?
I'm actually not super picky. I like a lot of things. I don't eat a lot of dark meat, but I don't really know how to cook it, really.
Sous vide.
Yeah, I know, right?
Great. And
Yeah.
is awesome as well.
Yeah,
Like great
so
steak.
that's something I need to get on learning a little bit more.
We'll have you
about
back
me.
for it. We'll
But
steak
yeah,
episode.
I'm not
Follow
too
up.
picky. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take a steak.
I love it. All right, what are
Yeah.
you gonna? You're gonna do some chopping tonight because there is
Sure.
chit chat and chopping. Right?
Exactly. So I figured, why not show you a really flavorful, simple sauce that can go with various types of protein, can jazz up any kind of fish, any kind of protein.
Perfect.
So we're gonna make a chimichurri. So it's sort of I've heard it referred to as an Argentine pesto before. So the idea is it's got oregano, parsley, cilantro, all chopped up. I told you earlier, you don't have to be super precise. It's gonna be a rustic chop.
Rustic.
Rustic.
I like it.
With a little bit of garlic, red wine vinegar, and olive oil.
Perfect.
Yeah, so it's going to have a little bit of tart, a little bit of nice and silky from the oil, and then the herbs are just going to brighten the whole
That
thing
sounds
up.
great.
So if you wanted to assist me with some chop jobs,
I do.
how about if you want to take the leaves off the oregano
Okay,
here,
let's do
and
it.
then
We're testing her knife skills.
we'll,
now.
test it.
Testing
We'll
the knife
start. We'll
skills.
start you off with the oregano, and I'll chop up the.
Give me the big knife.
cilantro.
Well, you could have his knife. Would you rather
Yeah,
the
do-
cleaver?
Would you like mine?
No! That looks like you're gonna like chop someone's
I use
head
this
off.
every time for Ivan Chen now, just to prove that yeah.
You do stems and everything.
Stems and
Yeah.
everything. This is what I wanted to show. Cilantro stems and parsley stems, super flavorful. So I just cut off the tiny bit of brown at the bottom.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to simply walk my fingers back as I'm chopping it all up nice and fine. And like I said, it's rustic, so it doesn't
Here,
have
you want
to
a
be.
tip on the knife? Here,
Yes,
I'll give you a
please
tip.
do.
Okay,
Help
okay,
me.
Okay, so
Oh,
pinch,
yes.
pinch, and then put around. So,
Okay.
and then you always want to keep the front part of the blade on the board,
Okay.
so that when you go to
So
chop,
this is how I can. Oh.
right?
Yeah.
And then you just walk your fingers back and always keep them tucked underneath.
Me too.
But if you do this, you have way less control.
Okay,
Pinch
so
And your coach is watching, so you don't
Yeah.
chop your fingers off.
Don't chop her fingers off. She needs them.
I won't be at training tomorrow.
And you want to cut with the back part of the knife and leave the front.
And leave the front on?
Yeah. So just put. There you go. There you go. Look, master.
Perfect.
Love it.
It's all about
Gonna be
having that
amazing.
pivot point on your knife, so you can just rock
It's
back and
rock it
forth.
back and forth. And when you get really good, you can do it without looking at the board. Like.
So good, right?
She's already. Oh, we're doing the backwards chop.
Mine falls on floor.
I've got to show.
How much do we need?
There we
How
go.
much do we want?
All of it.
All of it.
Okay.
All of
Okay.
it.
I'll get chopped.
This is mass production here on Chit Chat Chop.
He's like, his is like chopped.
Little does
for
she know she's
days.
preparing for an event for 40 people tomorrow.
This is part of our free.
So
prep
sorry,
later.
people. So sorry.
We're so busy, it's gotten to the point we're drafting our guests. There's nothing we can do.
Cool.
I'm in. You can recruit me.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
My
So-
wife just came on, so the kids must be asleep. They must
Oh. Adam's kids were here earlier. They were hilarious.
Got
and
them
so
into
cute.
bed.
And they made a nice card for Ellie, and they gave her a beautiful Caring Counts tank top, which
Oh,
she will wear
so
every
cute.
day of her life.
Yes. We're at the training tomorrow.
Exactly.
I
Caring
got more
does
high
count.
fives in 30 seconds from Sam than I've gotten from anybody else in my life. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Cool. So you brought some of your medals. What was the most exciting medal for you? What was the one that had the most meaning?
I
know
think-
they all did, but
The silver one there was really incredible for me because that was from World Championships last year, and they were hosted in Montreal.
Yeah.
So, not every athlete ever gets a chance to compete at a big World Championships in your home country,
Yeah.
in front of your
Yeah.
friends and your family, and then to be able to win a medal for Canada there. That was the first all-around medal that a gymnast from Canada has ever received at the World Championships. So that was really, really special.
that's awesome.
To share that,
Yeah.
with we had so many people from Nova Scotia come watch, from all across Canada, people I knew, coaches that have helped me, and just to kind of share that all together. So that was really special, and that's something that I'll remember. It's funny, the circle they told me was supposed to be so you could see the heart of the champion, but it goes down to my belly button. So
The belly button
You can
of the
see into the
champion.
belly of the champion, eating all the good chicken.
yeah, all the good chicken, all the good
Jimmy
chicken.
Jerry's
Yeah.
Patty brought it right back to food. I
Yeah,
love
right
it.
back to food. Always,
It always goes back to food.
Right, okay.
Always.
Who am I kidding?
Ask any athlete. Really, we're thinking what we're going to be eating for the next meal, like always.
Right? Well, I think you have perfectly chopped that oregano, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not only can she vault, she can chop.
I'm learning.
Wait, I don't have the authority to grant medals, but gold medal.
We should have had one.
Success.
My chintzy ones
Yeah,
from when
when
I
you were
was
like-
10.
That went perfect. Well, I'll just show you how to. This is my favorite way to pick stuff up with a knife. I call it the shovel. So if you just sort of slide your blade underneath at a very shallow angle, you can scoop up all of that oregano
Stick it in the bowl.
and put it right in the bowl.
Awesome.
It's pretty great right there.
Pretty great.
It's not her first time chopping, I can tell.
Well, no, should we give her the garlic challenge?
Oh, definitely the garlic
It's
challenge.
time for the garlic challenge.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So everybody has all these special tools for dealing with garlic at home, and the only real tool you need to deal with garlic is a knife. It doesn't have to be this knife. It can be that knife.
Yep.
But I'll just show you here. If you want to, we're each going to take a clove of garlic, and because we require 2 for this recipe. So what you want to do is just put your knife, the fat part of your knife.
She knows this. She's
you
naughty.
know.
Well,
She knows.
I don't really know, but my dad actually.
Oh,
I
cool.
can thank my dad for that, but yeah.
And if you
Go
pull your
on.
handle back off the board, then you will actually let it land,
Oh,
right?
yes, good call.
Yeah. So that your handle, because your handle will hit the board and then it won't smash.
All right, do you want to do the 1, 2, 3 smash?
Okay, ready? Ready?
All right, set us up, Patty.
And we go 1, 2, 3, boom!
Boom, and there we go. That's.
I don't know if I hit it hard
Well,
enough.
it's semi-smashed.
I thought I was strong.
You
Think
are
about all your
strong.
competition and how you smash them.
There you go.
Exactly.
Ah,
Perfect. And now we'll just put a little pinch of garlic on it right here, and this is
Garlic
to sort of
salt.
garlic salt, instant garlic salt. But this is to add a little bit.
I was like, what are you doing?
This I don't know. You didn't know that before. I don't know.
No one knows.
I've been making this up. Put a little bit of salt on top of that garlic, and then we'll just run our knife through it a few times. And what the salt does is it actually draws out the moisture, adds a little bit of grit, and then so it doesn't stick, doesn't move around a whole lot, and then just sort of flatten it out with your knife every so often, so you get a nice smooth bit.
She's got it down.
Oh, she's got it down.
She's got it down.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know if I taught her much there. She's got it. Garlic.
then
goes
you're like,
right
what is
in
Sounds
this
like
the
she
girl?
wants to do
What
that.
is this girl doing?
Cool.
Awesome.
Now I'm getting it on my fingers. I didn't do it.
You did an excellent job.
Like I told you,
I'm a
rustic,
perfectionist.
I was gonna say it's good, just put it in the bowl. It's all good.
Rustic chop. Rustic.
rustic chop.
Yeah.
So to finish off the chimichurri, it's going to be super simple. You said you liked a little bit of spice, not a whole lot of spice.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Let's throw some red chili flakes,
Got
just a
some
few in
taste
here.
in there.
Yeah, like you can chop up if you're really into it, you can chop up a jalapeno or like a red chili in here. That's like super good. Little pinch of salt, little pinch of pepper, and we got our red wine vinegar. That's
You could
about-
use a different vinegar though, right?
You can,
Any kind
you
of
totally
acid.
can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any kind of acid, like lemon juice, would work really
Yeah.
well. And then olive oil. So I just added half a cup of olive oil and a third of a cup of red wine vinegar. And I'm just going to toss it around here with a little spoon. And that's it. That's as simple as the sauce is. So we'll just let that marinate for a little bit. And it's
fantastic.
Yeah, it's super thick. And the olive oil and the vinegar just add just that little bit of sauciness to bring it all
And you
together.
could take part of this, or all of it, because I've done it this way, where you put it in a blender
Totally.
and blend it. So then it's a little more saucy-ish.
Yeah.
And you can keep that in the fridge. How long would that keep?
If you keep it under oil, 2 weeks
Yeah.
easily. That's
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So then you can just spoon it out, put it
Wow.
on salmon, put it on your chicken. Yeah.
And it's very similar to the whole idea with keeping oxygen out of the bag. For here, if you keep
Yeah.
oxygen out of the cover it with oil and keep oxygen from getting to the greens, then they're going to stay nice and bright green and stay fresher longer.
I do like green.
Green's good.
Eat your greens.
Eat your greens. So you can definitely, if you wanted to be more salad dressing with that, add a little more olive oil. But this is like a good in-between spot to sort of dress
Yeah.
up the proteins we want to do.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm just going to start warming up the pan here because we're gonna finish off these
We
salmon
are.
and the chicken.
It's
we have
very
ready to go.
exciting.
Perfect.
Rowan and Marie are watching.
Oh,
And your kids are watching as
oh,
well.
my kids are watching as well. It's a kid night here. James and Kathleen
late
are
night.
mine. I know.
Yeah.
It is a late night for them, but that's all right. They get to stay up. You're a superstar, so you know. They don't get
Thanks
to stay,
for watching,
They don't get to
guys.
stay up for the clever barking,
Yeah.
but they get to stay up for Ellie Black.
Be good tomorrow for your parents.
Cool. All right, so we're doing induction. We're going to heat the pan up.
Yeah, we're gonna heat the pan up and
Which one do you want first?
Well, I got my special tray out here because because of the way we cook it in the bag, you're gonna have some extra juices that come off whatever you're doing. So I just have a little tray lined with a towel here just to absorb some of that. So why don't we do the just give me the chicken first.
All right, I'm not taking my hand and give me your tongs.
Oh, yes.
Come on.
Fair enough,
I'm not
fair
burning
enough.
myself
We're
here.
not burning ourselves today.
We're not burning ourselves today. Okay. Look, see people,
Juicy.
And now somebody might be watching that and being like, "Oh, that color of that is actually perfectly fine." Once this, I open the bag up and oxygen goes to that, that'll actually change color. Sort of like when you're cooking a steak and you cut into it, the oxygen hits it and it's not as pink. Right?
As pink, yeah.
So same thing. So I'll just cut right through that, and then I'll just dump my chicken right out here. And I'll just towel it off a little bit because I want to sear the skin and get it nice.
And to sear properly, you need the top to be
Need
dry.
that top to be dry.
Yeah.
But just feel that. It's just a nice moist piece of chicken.
Oh,
Isn't that
yes.
exciting?
Yeah. Isn't that
Making
great?
me hungry. I'm ready.
Well, that's good
Perfect.
because we have lots of
Yeah.
chicken for you.
Perfect. So I'm just going to put a little pinch of oil in the pan here. And you don't need a whole lot because our cast iron's well seasoned already. But we want the heat fairly high. You want to hear
Ooh,
that sizzle.
sound.
Yep, got to have that sizzle.
Oh,
Yeah.
the sticker.
Oh, that's all right.
Got it.
And so the idea is we're only this chicken's going to spend maybe a minute and a half in the pan here.
Just to get some good
just
color.
to get some
Yeah.
good color on it, and that is all we need to do.
Wow.
Yep. Super good. And
So
can I have my
delicious.
tongs back, Patty? please?
No. Yeah, sure, here.
I guess.
Okay, fine. And now it's always, the chef in me wants to look at this right away and see how it's doing. But whenever you put something down in a hot pan, you got to give it 30 seconds to a minute. Otherwise, you're going to rip the skin off. You're going to rip part of it. You just got to trust it. You got to let it go. I'm going to tip it just a little bit so make sure the oil's around it. Make sure you can see the smoke at home here because I had the pan a little bit too hot. Well, it's actually going to be.
Will it be a little caramelized?
It'll be a little caramelized.
Someone
Questions?
Ted asked, how long did that take to cook?
Oh yes. So good question, Ted. Thank you. So.
That's my husband.
Thank you.
So 45 minutes in the circulator and your chicken will be done. It all depends on the thickness of what you're doing. So say you had like a steak that's maybe, half an inch thick. That'll take about 20 minutes in a water bath. So it's all about doing that. Chicken breast, something like this will take, oh yeah. Look at that.
Oh, look at that
Perfect.
perfect
Beauty.
caramel.
Perfect.
Look
I'm
at
just going to
that
get this corner of
color.
this. Oh, yeah. That's going to put that right
you
here.
flipped her over. Flip it, do it again. No.
Oh, what?
Skin.
Oh,
Your
no.
skin, it's not there. You go, you're good.
There we go. There we go.
Saved it.
He likes to be perfect too.
Yeah.
I do. I do.
Strive for perfection.
Well, why don't we open up the salmon right now?
Sure.
We can get that
I can
going,
do that one
that's
because that one's hanging out.
perfect.
Beauty.
And that was at a lower
Beauty.
temperature too. So this is only 130 degrees Fahrenheit in here, which is, 30 degrees lower than our chicken. But again, it's perfectly moist, and we haven't lost nearly the water weight of the fish because of the way we cooked it. It looks a little funky here, but I had two pieces. But look at that; it's perfectly
yeah.
cooked, perfectly flaky, translucent cooked. All
Beautiful.
So if you were to keep this, if you were to do the bags, you would then cool it down in a cold water bath, and then if you're not going to use it that night,
Yeah.
and then you were going to put it in the fridge.
exactly.
Yeah.
So make sure you cool it down as quickly as you can after it comes out of here,
Yeah.
just for food safety reasons.
Okay.
There we go. That is our nice
Beauty.
other piece of chicken right there. So now the salmon. Again, I'm just going to put another little pinch of oil. Use the other side of the pan here, and same thing. Just going to get a nice little sear. I love that sound.
I know, the greatest.
So good, so good. So let's get this
Awesome.
out of the way here.
So in your travels, I mean, obviously you've gone all over the world for
Yes.
for gymnastics. What was your worst meal ever? Tell us. Share with us.
Honestly, I like trying new things.
Okay.
I don't like everything.
Okay.
But I don't think I've really when I'm at least away for a competition, we don't try new things
New things.
before the competition.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit after. But I guess the worst experience is when you find something that's not supposed to be in your food, like hair or an eyelash or
Yeah.
something like
Oh,
that.
you've done like crickets or insects in certain.
I have,
Okay.
yeah. I also tried whale sometime in Iceland.
Ooh.
It was actually pretty good. I was not into trying that, just because you'd think. But I actually heard it was a really good source of protein.
It is.
Yeah, and
good-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good fat.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of surprised me. That was cool to learn. But yeah, there's lots of different things. But yeah, we don't really get to try too much before the competition, and then usually we're heading home right after.
So
but
no,
we try.
no fermented shark in Iceland.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Both
no.
of those.
I don't think I'd want to eat shark. I'm sorry.
that's fair.
Yeah.
You don't have to apologize.
Yeah.
That's
no.
quite all right.
You can eat whatever you want.
Certain foods, I'm oh, that poor little lamb or goat. I don't want to eat that.
But you're okay with the chicken and the salmon.
I mean, I really like chicken and salmon, so I try not to think about it.
Okay.
We can see how quickly that's seared up. That was 30 seconds for the salmon, and maybe a minute for the chicken.
Yeah.
Just got it all set up. So, do you want to try it?
Yes.
Perfect.
I will not say no.
So you were marveling earlier at my Instant Pot, so I made brown rice in 20 minutes behind the scenes.
We
Oh,
love
wow.
Instant Pots
Yes.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love Instant Pots. So, I wanted to make this a very athlete-friendly meal. So,
Mom, instant pot.
Instant Pot.
Good
Perfect.
Christmas present.
Great Christmas present. So, yeah, there we go. Nice little bit of brown rice.
That's a lot of brown rice.
It
She's
is-
little.
It's the size of my face.
Oh my gosh, Andrew.
I was going to eat this plate.
Oh, serve yourself first,
For
or not the
her.
guest.
This isn't for her.
You're hilarious.
Well, here, your choice: chicken or fish.
Or one
Whichever
of-
you would suggest.
Or a bit of both.
Your choice.
Let's do a smorgasbord.
Yeah.
So here, I'll just do a little fancy cut on the chicken here.
I really like that knife.
That's so why it's my favorite.
Another good gift idea.
So Ray Lang is here to do Ray Lang.
Oh, hello.
And
Hello,
he said
Ray.
He just ate supper, but now he's really hungry.
Yeah, I know, right? I like came in, I was like looking at all the food. Oh.
Lynn Vernon's here. My mother-in-law,
Lynn.
Barb Howard.
My mom.
She said she set the smoke alarm off again last night.
Oh, God. I was out there on Sunday, and my mother has a tendency to only cook over medium heat, and you can't do anything on medium heat, so I'm always like cranking it up. And of course, within 10 minutes, the entire place was, and they have, it's like new and modern, so it's like, fire! There's a fire! The smoke detector is talking to us. It took a long time to get it off.
Thank you for telling me.
Yeah. Good to know.
Good to know.
Good to know.
All right, we're going to chimichurri it up.
Chimichurri.
Oh, yes.
Yes, so gonna put a big dollop right here on the salmon
Beauty.
and a big dollop right here on the chicken, and we can dive right in.
You want to grab her a fork and a knife? Awesome.
That
Look,
was
she's doing a little
beautiful.
dance. It must be I'm eating dance.
Yeah. I get excited about food. Oh,
So
amazing.
I was looking at some of the YouTube stuff earlier. And
You go ahead and eat.
And they asked you can
Go
take
on.
a bite, and then you can answer.
Yeah.
So when you first went to the Olympics, it was literally like overnight-ish, right?
Oh, yeah. So, like,
What do you mean
In-
overnight-ish?
Like overnight, like it was like
Last minute kind of note, yeah.
Oh, okay.
so basically, like, at the beginning of the year in 2012, in January, like, I don't even think I was on national team. And in the course of those few months to July, I went from being not on national team to going to the Olympics. Like in that
I
course
did not
of 6
appreciate
months. So
that.
yeah, it was pretty incredible. And the year before, I was coming off of oh, sorry, that's my phone making a noise. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Don't apologize.
Yeah,
It's good.
Everybody at home's checking their phone.
I know. But yeah, like it was really incredible. The year before, I had 2 major injuries. I had surgery on my toe, and I came back, and then I dislocated my elbow right before 2012. And like those kind of things aren't what you want to lead up going into your year at
No.
the Olympics. But we just tried our best, and each competition that I competed at, I got a little bit more confidence and another opportunity to keep going and push and just see what we could do. And yeah, I got invited to the Olympic trials, and that was kind of the biggest deal, just to even get there. Like, that's something super special and a big dream. And then I ended up getting the final spot for the team, and like it was just unreal. Like, you don't think it would happen that way, but it was cool to see that, because even with the injuries and you have this plan of how you think you're going to get there, it doesn't always go exactly as you plan. And we still got there somehow. So that was it was
I love how
very
you use
incredible.
we.
It's
all you, baby.
Yes, but like without my family,
Yeah,
my
no.
teammates, my coaches, like I don't know, like there's a whole joint effort that goes into it. But yeah, it's well, yes, I have to get up and do the gymnastics, I guess.
Do you find, you talked about injury things, do you find with your sport, obviously there's a big physical component, but is a lot of it mental?
For
Like
sure.
being mentally prepared and really working through all of that.
Especially in our sport, like I know every sport it's very mental, but especially in our sport, because you have to get up there on the beam, you have to go compete in front of people with that pressure, have to do these hard skills that are scary to learn, and they're hard to do. And a normal person, but I think we're crazy to do the sport we do.
Everybody's
But,
got a little bit of crazy in
yeah,
them.
like for us, it's a normal thing to do, but it's really not. Like
And, a
gymnastics
lot
is
of
a crazy
athletes
sport.
are that's a solo sport. A lot of athletes are in team, and it's easier, right?
Yeah.
You got to get up on the beam and
And you're up there on your own,
Yeah.
and it's all you and your performance. And so that's something that we do work a lot on, is the sports psychology side, and working on if you have mental blocks, or how do you be mentally prepared, even just to learn the skills in the gym safely, right?
Yeah.
And so there is a lot of different aspects of it, for sure.
Cool. Well, you're pretty awesome.
Cynthia
I gotta
says, did
say.
she get a bite yet? Sorry.
I'm digging in right now. Thank
No
you.
questions yet.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just be quiet while Ellie
Okay, well,
eats.
now just stare at her.
Now you can all
Yeah, no
watch
pressure.
me.
Oh, she's gonna totally milk it here.
That is so good.
It's good, right? It's so simple.
And so healthy. It's like herbs and lemon, a little salt, olive oil,
And it tastes so fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's everything you want, everyone.
Awesome.
what you
Chimichurri
want.
for the win.
Chimichurri
Yeah,
all the way.
I'm just gonna steal another bite in there.
Cool. So what's down the road? I know you're eating, but like what are the next couple years looking like? What's your plan?
Yeah, so I've been really fortunate in my gymnastics career so far. I've had a lot of competitions, a lot of opportunities. I've competed at the Olympics twice, and like that's pretty incredible for a gymnast. And so after the last Olympics, one of my goals was to go to the World Championships in 2017 in Montreal and represent Canada and have that opportunity. Because, like I said, that doesn't come around very often for athletes. And then from there, I was like, I'm just going to take it day by day, make sure I'm enjoying what I'm doing, making sure my body is healthy. But, the next Olympics are, like, I was saying today, like, I can't believe they're only, like, a year and a half away.
I know.
Like, it's, like, around the corner. So I take it day by day, but my main goal is to love what I'm doing, stay healthy doing it, and help Team Canada the best I can.
That's awesome.
The most I can. So trying to be the best gymnast I can be, and I was also saying earlier, hopefully spark a flame or help kids find something that they're passionate about, and share my experiences with them to create their journey and find something special. So
well, you've got Sammy and Bria convinced.
Yeah.
Sammy was showing off his handstands and Bria was showing off cartwheels.
Yeah, we got
So it was all
cartwheels
good.
and handstands happening in here. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was awesome to have you.
Oh my gosh,
we'll
thank you
have
so
you
much
back for a
having me.
steak episode.
Please, like, I'll come for anything.
We'll meal prep
Anytime
for
you
you.
need someone, I'll be here. Yeah.
Awesome. No, that would be great.
Can I ask a question as a parent?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask this earlier. What's your advice for...
It's not mushy, right?
No, it's
You
not
get
mushy,
really
but like I was
or
talking
whatever.
earlier.
It was kind of.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
It was a good question.
Social, I've been seeing your social is very positive. It's all positive. It's all kindness and all showing up. Like, there's a lot of negativity in social. What's your recommendation for, first of all, the kids that are on social and parents for dealing with that? Like,
Yeah, and so like we were saying earlier, like, I try and really be positive and happy and on my social media, and, try and get to as many of the comments as I can and like them and comment back. But yeah, sometimes it can be tough on social media these days. It really can. And, something that I always think about is, you want to focus on the opinions from people that care about you and and they know you. There's a lot of people out there who can say things behind the computer, post whatever they want, but, the opinions that really matter are your friends, your family, those people who are important to you, and to try and focus on positives and not look at the negatives, especially in our sport. A lot of the times we only see the negatives and we don't focus on the positives, which actually are pretty incredible. And you only focus on those small details that are negative, but they're tiny. So trying to focus on the positives, surround yourself by those important people, those people who make you feel good, who are positive influences in your life, and try not to. It's easy to say and it's hard to do, but try not to care about so much what other people think, especially the ones who don't know you, don't know your story, your circumstance, right?
It's so easy to get sucked into that.
It is.
5% negative, and it overtakes your entire outlook, your entire headspace. And so if you can really focus on all of that positive, and there is so much positive.
For sure.
Yeah, that is a game changer.
Yeah, so that would
that's
be my
great.
advice.
It's
Yeah.
hard to do, but it's like lean on the people around you that will lift you back up.
Yeah, and those are the most important people in your family, right? Or your friends or family. Like, those are the most important people you want to be focused on, right? So, and yourself.
All right, let her eat. Let her eat.
Sorry, I just thought it was a good, nice one.
I'm gonna try the Instant Pot, right?
Yeah, you're going to do Instant Pot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a fun ride.
So we have 2 more episodes before we wrap up for the holiday season. Next week we have Christina Martin. I'm so excited. So she's going to come on. She's going to play a tune or 2.
She's going to play 2 tunes. She has a Christmas song that's got like 50,000, 60,000 downloads on Spotify right now.
Wow.
She actually was on stage with Paw Patrol and Bob the Builder
Cute.
at the Tree Lighting.
Oh, was she really? Oh my gosh, she's hilarious in her emails. She's so funny. Anyway, so that's next week. And then on the 19th, and you're welcome to come back. We'd
I'm
love
away.
to have you. Oh, okay.
I would love to be
We'll
here,
we'll
but
talk
I'm
about
away.
you.
Okay. I'll come back another time.
You can come back another time.
Yeah.
Last year we did a holiday special that wrapped out the year, and it was great. We had all our former guests, and so I sent an email out thinking, oh yeah, some of them will come, and the response has been great. So the majority of our former guests from season 1 and season 2 are going to come back. So we're going to have a really fun holiday party. We've got Eldon from Eldon's Soup and Sandwiches. Soup and Sandwiches.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh! If you go on Facebook, you will see he is doing. He's having an event on Christmas Day. He wanted to No One Dines Alone, which is a dinner, or it's afternoon dinner, but it's a Christmas dinner for people that couldn't either afford or were alone at Christmas. And so thought he might get
That's awesome.
100 people or 80 people, over 350
Oh my
people now.
gosh. Wow.
Yes, it's like almost 400 people.
It's almost 400 people now, which, is a lot.
Yeah.
And so we're going to have him on, tell his story. He's got some, I'm not a mushy person. This boy over here is the mushy person. I even teared up a little bit reading the story. So we're going to have Eldon on, and we're going to have all our former guests around. We've got Signal Hill in the house for musical guests.
That's awesome.
So
That's
it's going to
great.
be a packed house, which is great because
Sweet.
in the new year, we're going to be moving to the new space, and we're going to have a whole new backdrop. We're going to have to redesign the backdrop for Chit Chat Chop.
Yes.
Yes. Very
Whole
cool.
new
And you'll come
design.
over and do some cooking classes with Chef Andrew. It'll be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Yes,
Team
cooking
building.
classes.
Good team building.
Good
So-
team
Yeah.
building. Yeah, 100%.
It's important.
So that's it. We've got Christina next week, holiday special on the 19th. Anything else I'm missing?
I don't think so. Do you have any messages?
Yeah, do you have anything you wanna
Anything
say?
to-
Well, just a big thank you to you guys.
Oh my
for
gosh.
having me.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
this
Thank
is
you so
awesome.
much.
Yeah. I always
People never know what to expect, and then they're
Yeah.
like, that was really fun.
Well, because I love cooking, but I don't, like I was saying earlier, I don't always have the time, and I like to try new things. But yeah, this is like super cool because I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, this is awesome.
Amazon.com.
Yeah, and it's just like it's fun to change it up, when you're
It is.
cooking. So yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, thank you. Good luck in all of your future competitions. We'll
Thank
be watching.
you, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yes, happy
yeah,
holidays,
happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And go from there. Anything for you, Mr. Adam?
No, I'm
Miss
good.
Jessica?
You guys said it all.
We did it all. Chit
Awesome.
Chat
Said
Chop.
it
We
all.
said it all.
Chit chat chop.
Chit chop.
Woo woo, she's got it down. All right, we will see you next week with Christina Martin. Have a great week. And thanks so much.
Thank
Woo
you.
woo.
Bye everybody.
See ya.
You want to do a somersault or
A somersault, a cartwheel all
Cartwheel
over.
out.
There you go. Perfect. There you go. That's